best of 5, especially against an opponent that you've never played before. Because you can't play with the Chinese. You can't play against the Chinese because you don't get the scrim because the server thing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm Team Liquid, let's say, and I've lost this game, I'm going to Seattle anyways, and I'm playing best of 5s against a team from China. Like how do I prepare for that?
You can't prepare for that. You can't prepare directly for the
remaining.
team. You can only prepare for the game style. And there is one thing which, above all, will allow you to compete and be adaptive at LAN events. And this is like the reason for success of Na'Vi and Alliance at LAN events, not excluding recent ones, of course. And that's the fact that they're able to just communicate and play with anything. And coordination is like so much of Dota. Like we outdrafted in the last game to a point, but if you can coordinate, if you can find these openings, then
Reserve time.
just keep snowballing. Doesn't matter what you have. As we get again Liquid. This time though, they're on the dire side.
Yeah.
This time they're on the dire side.
I mean, it's easy for casters, and I think I'm at fault, especially to say, oh, one team got outdrafted. But when you're up by 10k gold and 8 kills, it doesn't. Seldomly the draft actually matters. Like if you're 3-4 levels above the enemy heroes, if you have 4k gold, more items to spend with, then could beat the Shadow Demon, no matter what, like it's...
Well, most of the time our judgments when we look at the draft are based off what would normally happen. Like, you're not going to be sitting there judging it going, well, Disruptor is going to be able to snipe out a bottle. Wait, no, he doesn't. The bottle stays alive, and then First Blood goes to an ex-assassin who becomes really effective in lanes. Yeah, so you don't take that into account when you look at the draft. Like, there's a difference between drafting your strat and then implementing it. And if your team knows how they want to implement it and how they want to just like push into the game and the timings for it all, then yeah, your draft could work. And we as casters sit here and we learn something.
Yeah. Toby backing me up for my previous slip-ups.
No, I'm fine with that, man. I'm fine with that. Like, we can sit here. We don't go, oh my god, TC, you're a freaking moron. Why did you draft an Ursa? Like, we don't do that kind of shit. But at the same time, we do say there are some serious faults in the draft.
Yep.
Right now, North American rejects are sitting there going, okay, we're up against an Ursa on the dire side. Roshan's a problem. DK is going to be a problem to kill off in the middle lane just because he's such an innately tanky hero. Batrider's already got jumping abilities and Disruptor as well. His control abilities are absolutely amazing. So just judging from all of these things, Team Liquid are already off to a really good start in their draft. It's solid lanes, it's very little risk Dota for them, and they get to dictate when the fights begin. And I'm saying that up against a team who has Nesty and a Marana. So that's how much I'm giving props right now to Team Liquid's control. But with Lycan coming into the mix now, we mix up our lane. So this would probably be, you might correct me if I'm wrong, a mid Lycan. So Lycan versus DK in mid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we saw out of game 1, but obviously it was flipped for the heroes for Team Liquid. The thing that I'm actually surprised about is that North American rejects spend their 2 bans on Tree Protector and Morphling, and they gave away Batrider, which Team Liquid picked up for 3 games in a row now. Batrider, I'm not sure if the statistic still holds, but has a 100% pick ban rate coming to TI qualifiers, and I mean, that just speaks for itself, right? How powerful the hero is. So I'm surprised that Boba will be getting it for a 3rd game straight.
Radiant team
and like you said, going into the late game, yeah, sure, maybe DK and Ursa might have trouble sticking on a target, but you always have the initiation power of a Batrider being that gap closer for you.
I have no hard telling me that Batrider is still 100% pick ban. So
10 seconds remaining.
You still have...
That is still 100% picked or banned in all games.
Okay, that's insane. That's actually insane.
I can't believe that he is the most, like, he's the offlaner with a secondary purpose.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough to make him the scariest thing. I thought, like, with the new patch, that everything that went through BKBs, like, all those changes that happened, like, BKB just ended up being like, why would I even get Magic Community in such a lineup? But Batrider is still the primary guy. He's the best initiator out there still. Yeah. No matter how you look at it, even with the stupid range on Lasso and his base damage being nerfed up, he's still amazing.
Yeah, I thought that with the new patch and the prevalence of BKB going down, like you talked about, I thought Clockwork was going to maybe edge Batrider out a little bit and take some of his role.
You want to know something that's even crazier?
What's going on?
He's been banned or picked in 535 drafts out of 539 drafts, on record for 6.81.
So what is that, like 99%?
4 games missed having Batrider involved in some way, shape, or form.
I'm sure 2 of those 4 games, like, they just forgot. Like,
Forgot to ban Batrider. Wait, why didn't we pick Batrider?
like,
I don't
captains
know.
are looking at the end of the
10
draft like, wait,
seconds
Bat is still in the pool. Like, what the fuck did we do wrong?
It's like, well, maybe we don't have
5
someone who has the skill to play
seconds
Batrider. How difficult is it to
Radiant
napalm,
team
napalm, Firefly over, flame break back, lasso?
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. Enigma, pick up the Team Liquid. So Team Liquid, then, I was talking about safety and lanes. They're getting safety and finances right now. Throw Enigma inside the jungle. It means Batrider has to remain in the bottom lane, which is where Team Liquid's draft could slightly go astray. With both Ursa as
10
well as
seconds
Enigma,
remaining.
like Ursa going in and taking Roshan, Enigma from up inside the jungle.
5 seconds
This
remaining.
will probably be a very high money gain Liquid in the early 20
Reserve
minutes.
time.
And North American Rejects, I don't 100% see a way they can try and contest this at the moment.
Well, here's the thing. You're absolutely right. If this works for
10
Team Liquid, you're
seconds
farming 4
remaining.
cores, which is all gravy and good.
Yeah.
If it fails,
5 seconds remaining.
here's the issue. Batrider doesn't have a jungle to farm because Enigma's taking it up. So Enigma either have to stack for him or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
can't go at the same time. So Boba doesn't have a secondary option going for that BKB. The other thing is, if the Ursa is shut down in lane, because normally last game we had 2 supports protecting that Ursa, giving that 10-minute blink. If Ursa is shut down and doesn't have that 10-minute blink, like, he's not exactly the same hero.
The only way he can be shut down, though, is if this is going to be a proper aggro tri-lane coming out from the North American Rejects.
Well, I mean, or you have a better off lane. Last time we saw Brax playing Elder Titan, which, I mean, you could throw as many spirits on Ursa. He's going to just regen with the Ring of Regen that he's going to pick up for his flats. He's going to have his Tangle himself. This game, he's dealing with
Prepare for
Iron Shells.
battle.
Dealing with Iron Shell as a melee hero is kind of a different beast. So I think this game, they're a little bit more equipped dealing with the Ursa, both in the laning stage as well as during the mid game. Because mid game, you still have Surge getting your allies away, you have Disruption protecting it, you have Demonic Purge. Obviously, Lycan's a hero that can just literally just run away. So I feel like NAR is a lot more ready for this Ursa this game.
Nice stats for Mirana. And again, Mirana's always great. So yeah, into our lanes we go. So we'll be Bulba, looking towards the off lane, going his boots first. 1437 and Fog, the SD supports. They have to check for it.
Yeah.
They have to check for it, but they're trying to check for it without having to expend the mana of Korok's arrow. A little bit more risky, but 1437 with the amount of
30
stuns from Liquid,
seconds to battle.
I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get a Shallow Grave off if things get a little bit rough. So yeah, they leave Brax to his own devices. This will be an aggro tri-lane. If this lane works for NAR, they're going to snowball so hard.
That's
If
true.
it doesn't, though, I don't see a way where they can come in and then contest Liquid on any front. Because they don't have anything that forces early on. I mean, like Iron Shell early on, be like, Lycan's got ulti form, level 6, and then his Forb's going to cause some
battle
troubles.
begins.
But the rest of it's just the combo with Mirana and SD.
The thing in this lane is it will work. Like 99% it will work. Because Liquid's already down hero. The Enigma's going to be jungling. So it's essentially 2v3 with a melee farmer. In fact,
Well, it's actually
a
3v1.
solo one. So basically, Liquid did not expect the offensive tri-lane. They expected a 1v1
No,
between
you
Darkseer
had to
and
expect it, though. You had to expect it. They're not going to run a defensive trial in a lineup where if you let them farm, they're going to get themselves ahead of you.
I mean, they just... Maybe Liquid thought that NER is like, oh, Darkseer beats Ursa.
TC's in trouble. TC's going to be in a lot of trouble soon.
Well,
Just
they-
the fact that Fog is on haste right now, TC gets zoned out. I thought for a moment Fog could get himself a lot more hidden, but he used the haste screen so he can do a body block on the creep wave
Yeah.
for a short period of time.
So what happened there is Korok revealed himself in a creep wave with his creeps. As soon as you see the Mirana here, you know there's a trialing, because you're not going to see like a Mirana Darkseer, some weird shenanigan. So
Yeah.
you knew the trialing seer, and immediately he just backed off.
Well, look what Demon did to counter that one. Like, he's farming up inside the enemy jungle,
Yep.
which is going to cause some problems for Brax, because Brax doesn't want to take this kind of damage this early on. He thought he was going up against a Batrider, and that's exactly what he got. But because the Enigma's in here, he's got basically only one choice. Either tries to contest up against the Enigma.
Mid lane real fast.
Are they
Oh, Courier comes around.
sneaking walks all the way back for this one? His Wolf was watching him.
Yeah. Okay.
TC is going to get zero CS on this top. Look at the first thing he went into too. It's Earth Shock. In case they jump on him, he can at least have the movement speed advantage.
Yeah, and the jump might happen soon because the creeps is going to be starting to tank the tower. They can wrap around for an
Dire's
easy
top tower is under attack.
disruption. Shadow Demon's also level 2 now, so Catcher's online. That's a lot of potential damage coming out.
He's going to come in from behind. Nope. Fogged, I think, is going to spend most of the time on the edge of his chair, looking around corners.
Yeah.
Like one of those times when you come in closer to your monitor, thinking maybe you could just look at it from a different angle, and maybe something will open up for you.
The problem with his play is he hasn't got that auto kill. He probably should just go back up top and maybe help the lane, or maybe just go in the jungle and start stacking for his team, because you know your Bat Rider needs to stack because he's not really doing much and he needs experience.
No.
The cool thing about having Enigma in the offensive jungle is you could actually come in with Malefice and gank the Darkseer. It doesn't matter if he surge away because how
Top lane, there it is. Disruption, Catcher as well. This time he'll hit on TC with the heal damage, and they've locked him in. They actually had him, old school surround style.
It was.
Yeah, this is when the Ursa doesn't really work. He has no help. He is literally a lone bear on this top lane.
So basically, Liquid realized that they guessed the lanes improperly, and they're sticking with it. So this Ursa death, it's going to happen eventually, and they're going to keep sticking with it. So they're expecting a lot out of Demon. They're expecting a lot out of the Bat Rider. Let's see if they can get it.
It's going to take a lot to get something out of these guys, though. Like, okay, their farm is still looking good. Bulba's picked up some 14 for 9 on that bottom lane, so he's battling up against the Darkseer. It's pretty even Stevens, but have you really gained that much? Like, Enigma's got 3 levels, he's down to 1 clarity, but I'm not seeing, like... Okay, what do we got in the Courier? Okay, he's finished his Soul Ring, almost. With that, he'll at least have something to play with.
Question, no, they're not getting enough out of these lanes. Yeah, Qualifier doing okay on the mid lane, but you know, again, it's just passive trading lane.
Yeah. I'm glad you keep up with my questions, because I keep getting sidetracked by myself.
It's okay. I mean, there's so much to keep track of, right?
Like
well, you have the harder job. You have to do the camera, you know? If something happens on the map, you gotta go there. So.
It's the added pressure, but I like the pressure, though. I like it. So far, though, I missed a First Blood in all games I've cast for this.
How much have you cast it for? Because I know you've been also working for D2CL.
Yeah, I did 6 games with the D2CL, and I think I've done 5, maybe. Volvo? What did you break, Volvo?
Somebody spilled coffee on some wires.
Don't bring that one up, man. They're all eating possibly the most delicious food I've ever seen.
Look, I'm just...
You can't look at that screen.
I know what it is, too. That's the worst for me, because I've ate it before. Sing cooks for me. Not that Sing. Just Sing.
Quake was just like, why did the admin just leave? Coffee break. He's not paid to be here this late. Okay, so sneaking south. Do they keep playing anymore? There's no loss. The answer should be yes. The answer should be directly a yes. So off we go. The servers are stabilized, and we will continue.
All right.
Point though, they've stabilized.
I mean, you don't really need a tournament admin, right? Let's hope that we don't get into a case where you need a tournament admin.
Luckily, we have ourselves 6 different cameras going across the map, that if something goes wrong, it will get reported pretty damn quickly. But then again, there's nothing you can abuse in Dota 2.
No, I'm not worried about the abuse. I'm maybe like somebody drops out and they can't
bottom
reconnect, they
tower
need
is
an
under
admin
attack.
decision, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff can be transferred over, because we're already looking over from the side hub. So if there's any problems, we'll know.
Hey, he reconnected. All right, all is okay.
Oh, we can feel safe and secure in the
pretty sure-
knowledge that the TI4 police has returned.
I'm pretty sure that's Phenol, and he's holy shit. Can I get in the game?
I can't do it. Would you pause it for me? I can't do it myself.
Wait,
okay.
did you know how that pause came about?
Yeah, I know how the pause came about.
Okay. I don't know why, like, pauses from admins, it should ask you, like, do you really want to pause? And then you click yes.
The hilarious story was when he actually got to the second part. It was like, it's not just how the pause happened. It was, oh, the pause happened, and I thought, oh shit, I better just start the game up so like nobody would notice. Like,
It's just unpause, except it has a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and everybody noticed. Oh my god. If you guys don't know what that story is about, Google around the Pheno pause.
just YouTube it.
Yeah,
There's highlight videos.
There's a GIF for it. That's like how amazing it is.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. It was good. He was so embarrassed about that.
I don't think he'll ever live that one down, and I'm sorry I just brought it up again.
Oh, well.
Anyways, Ursa is not having as good time as we are here.
Nowhere near as great as the first game, but 8 for 0 on the CS. Life's not good, but Bulba's having himself a really good time on bottom. 29 for 12 for Qualifier. Actually, how's he looking? Like, we got a level 6.
He's leading the farm chart, so it can't be all bad. He's got 12 deny against a Lycan.
But how useful is this going to be? Like, he's going to go into what? Shadowblade initiation? Is that what we would look for from him? Or does he try and go in for BKB?
I think Shadowblade's probably where he's looking towards to. Maybe it drums in between. And the reason why is BKB doesn't really help you when there's a Lycan bashing you down. And a Demonic Purge on top of you. Also, there's Weave, right? Like, there's so many things that goes through the BKB. So I assume it's going to be Shadowblade. Yeah, back to your question about how effective it is going to be. I don't think it's going to be much. Normally when you're playing against a ganking solo mid, like a Puck or a Queen and Pain, when they rotate to the other lane, you say, yes, I'm going to ultimate and then start winning your tier 1 tower.
Right, he's trying to come in for a last, so he sees the Dazzle, and that's the one he wants. Now, there's still a back left here on Brian, he wants to try and interrupt him here, but then, well, uses the Surge instead. There is no shallow grave because he went the 2 points up in the heal. The glimpse on Brax having little, oh, actually, no, not little effect, actually drags him up a long way, but the Firefly is over. The catcher not going properly on Bulba, but with that heal damage and then the illusions after that point. Bulba drops very, very low. That support from NAR arrived very quickly for Brax.
Yeah, that was a misplay by Way2. He had glimpse the whole time and should have been glimpsing on Dazzle. I guess he just did not expect the Surge coming out. And by the time he realized he needed to glimpse, he already ran out of Surge range. So
He's going to lose this bottom tier 1 tower now. Even with fortification, top lane. Are they going for initiation? Well, there's your black hole on Korok. Leaps, he does, but dies halfway through. Enigma got the Malefice off when he was halfway through that leap. So they lose them around off lane because obviously the support's rotated bottom.
Yep.
But they took the tier 1 tower for it, so it ends up being pretty much an even trade.
No, I think NAR is a little bit happier with that exchange, but obviously they just lost a carry, so maybe not so much.
Oh, they're going in deeper, way too sexy, well behind that tier 2 tower. Bulba had to wait out for the wall. Now Moonlight Shadow, they're just trying to escape themselves out, and Bulba, he can't choose. There's 2 different directions he can go. Qualifier thinks about a 4-point breeze, 5 of Fog into the tree line. He can TP out, but there's no mana for the Dazzle to do this. If he gets up the hill before it's over, he's up and he doesn't see him. Qualifier checking the tree line. He's just got to wait it out a little bit longer, and it's enough.
He needs 75 mana to TP out.
Oh,
yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Nobody knows where he is. He's okay. Although because of that dive is happening, TC is just working on that T1 tower top. Forces out good, you know, not too bad.
It's still a counter kill. Like SD killing off a disruptor isn't really like the right home about it to your parents kind of thing. But at the same time, Fog is now up at almost level 6. So when the purge starts to arrive, we go back into what we were talking about during game number 2. How hard can you kite the Ursa? He gets BKB. Well, that's wonderful. Purge is still going to stop him from keeping up with everybody else.
And if you look at TC's items in the stash, he's going to have a mask of Morbid Mask and a Smoke of the Sea. Don't get hit by the arrow. Whew.
Just not big enough.
Too close for comfort. Yeah. Here's the big buff that the Ursa received this patch. You can't go for the Roshan before Vlad's finished. Like it really accelerates your early game. It makes the teams have to be much more prepared in the early game as well. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see here from
NAR. Like if really Ursa wants to disappear off this top lane and go Roshan, I mean, they just do exactly what they're doing. They take a T1 tower up on top, and as long as they still hold their T1 in mid, which now Qualifier, well, poison tick out in these towers. This T1 tower will be forfeit, but they're going to TP be supporting. They got to make sure they stay close up. Sneaking is instantly stunned. He's still holding form. Qualifier, the tower being denied up by the Dazzle. The Wolf, they're going to get in front. Look for this burst heal from the Dazzle. It will fly out, but not fast enough. Qualifiers away. The arrow flies up, missed on everything. Korok, he's already used his Starfall. Held in position again by another Dragon Tail. The Wolves are on his tail, and the DK is away to safety.
Yeah,
the Lycan won't chase him down any further.
Yeah, nobody dies, and that's absolutely fine.
Dire's
Meanwhile,
top
if you look at
tower is
Roshan,
under attack.
he started by TC. TC doesn't feel like he could do it, and the pressure is coming up top. Brax not really being able to help out that team. Look, the big glimpse is going to come in, though. Brax is going to be stuck there, and the TP out. Great play here from Brax.
There's no stun, there's no nothing. Enigma's too far away to catch up to him.
Yep.
And Enigma didn't go for maneuverability early on too. He went in for the mech. With that mech, they're just looking for viability for Team Liquid. Spike, Volvo, please stop playing with the servers. Yeah. This Tier 1 tower is now under siege by NAR. And Qualifier, but this is where I'm wondering about the Liquid lineup. What can they really do to punish NAR once they get momentum behind them?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Like, how does Liquid punish NAR when they get momentum behind them?
They need to initiate. If you look at Team Liquid, they potentially have 3 Blink Dagger heroes. Ursa, Black Hole from the Enigma, as well as the Bat Rider. They need to find those Blink Daggers and start to initiate properly. We saw the initiate from Bat Rider earlier. They were able to disengage and save their DK as a result.
Lag still keeps remaining. It's not as though like this is the Valve tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we're not helping, as we say, Volvo, please fix. Because I'm sure they're trying their best to fix it, but it does look pretty poorly when you have a $5 million tournament and we're lagging in the qualifiers.
And rising.
Yeah.
Still crazy, man.
Buy the compendium, guys!
Yeah, it's not as though enough people did that already. Oh, hang on, we're going again.
Yeah.
So,
I just found funny that...
Oh, blink him. There it is,
Okay.
Revolver. But can they get the kill in fast enough? There's already the SD defensive disruption to save him. Qualifier comes in, looking for the stun. He's got the range of sneaking. They use the Moonlight Shadow. The stun will still go, but they have no detection. I'm not seeing Dust coming up right now. As, I don't know.
Ooh, Demon just TP out of there. He was stuck between wolves and trees and whatever else. He made it out alive. That was a good initiation from Boba. Unfortunately, his team could not follow up because Black Hole was cooling down. It had like 2-3 seconds left. So if Black Hole came down, yeah, they had DK form up. They could have just easily... Or sorry, they didn't have DK form up. They could have just won that fight though with Black Hole.
Could NAR attempt to take Roshan now? Like if Vladimir's offering's coming out and it's over on the Lycan, could they actually get themselves in there? Would they even want to though?
I think if they want to go for the Roshan, and I think yes, if you can deny the Roshan from Ursa by taking away, that's excellent. What they need to do is push the wave top, push the wave mid, and probably need to pick off. So I think a lot of things need to line up for NAR to make that work.
And their items just did. Like Mech finished up on Darkseer and Dazzle bought a full medallion.
Yeah. I mean, if they could find a good fight right now and win that, like get a 2-hero lead, then they definitely can, because Lycan is no joke when it comes to the Roshan pit.
Wants to go back in again, but this Wolf will not let it happen. Flashbacks to Fnatic. You've got to be so careful with detection inside that pit too. Is it just me too, or has Enigma lost weight? Really looks like he's got thinner. I think they've changed his base model.
When you look at the... Oh, you don't have the...
Radiant's top tower is
the
under attack.
gravitized black hole. If you look over to my screen, he has a circle behind him. And yours, he just has this tail thing.
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah.
He's become the genie in the lamp.
He's not a genie. He's actually like...
well, he can't be a genie. He doesn't have the gold braces with the binding contract of all genies.
There you go.
We're now going to make Enigma into the genie of the lamp.
I'm sure if
voiced
Enigma...
by Robin Williams.
Okay, if
Dire's
Enigma
middle
wins your
tower is under
carnival,
attack.
make him a genie. Like, give him the gold ring, like whatever.
Yeah, it kind of has to come with its own voice set, which is Robin Williams.
There you go.
So you're going to pay copyright
Look, man,
to
you
Disney.
got $6 million, or is it 5? I lost count. There's just so many millions of dollars. Just make it work.
Bulba's waiting to come in for a gank right now. All teams are smoked up, and they're looking for the opening. Smoke's going to break. And who are they going to find? They surge him in, and who are they going to go first? It's already the Maleficent stuns that get disruption. Can he get the catcher off as well? Answer is yes. Arrow into the Enigma. Disruptor throws down the oldie, but Batrunner jumps in. He doesn't want to drag Brax too far out. They're letting Ursa hit into him. So the Darkseer has died, but now in comes the Lycan. Just munches on that Ursa, and they glimpse him back, but he's the one with the high movement speed, so they just keep chasing after way too sexy with the 2 poison stacks and the Mirana and also the wolves in his tail. They weren't going to kill him off. While Bulba has to hide in the tree lines. He shot of mana. He can't TP out, and the poison's going to hit him. They know where he is.
Yep.
The arrow's coming down. There's no TP out from this, and the poison on him. He can't blink either. Bulba is trapped in a corner, and he will die. Korok's on his way in, and Shadow Demon will take the kill. Liquid, they lose so much with that fight.
And it all started with Black Hole Enigma getting caught. I keep calling Black Hole, he is Black Hole, but yeah, Enigma got caught. Demon cannot be there because he basically died without using his mech, without using his Black Hole. Like, he is so much of their team fight. So Liquid giving a freebie up.
Korok fortified.
He wants to snipe. He wants to snipe. The sun just so he get the last hit in, and he's got it nicely done.
Now imagine if Liquid won that
Oh,
fight.
we're getting the pause coming.
Yeah. They'll walk it off. Maybe.
Like a stitch.
Yeah, if Liquid came out even or won that fight, they get Roshan as well. So even though NAR won that fight, they have to keep winning fights because it's so easy for Liquid to win one and just come back with the Roshan kill. But yeah, both teams is contesting very heavily in the Roshan pit. We see a lot of detection, a lot of D-war in that area, and I imagine that will continue to happen.
For now, man, Liquid got to get their feet back on the ground. That's their primary thing. Be it coming through kills, be it coming through just finding space to farm. I would like their second option though, because right now the arrow hits perfectly on TC. He just dies to the Starfall with a catcher on him.
Where was the mech?
Well, Enigma, he's backing up. The weave's already on him. And look at 1437. Once the poison over on Demon, they want to chase him down. The mech, I think was he too far away?
I don't think so. He has a 750 AoE, so. He forgot it for a second? Yeah, maybe he was too far away. I wasn't looking at him, unfortunately. In any case, again, a big pickoff. I think at Ursa, in this case, he needs to go straight into Blink, straight into BKB after that, and this is one of those games where you just say, forget about that Vlad. Mask of Death is just what I have to settle with.
Wolves are scouting so hard, looking for the openings. They're looking for heroes, that's all it is. They're scouting for Mirana arrows, and they got one. They got Demon. He was walking up towards the high ground. I don't know what he wants. Actually, he wanted to buy his Arcanes then. Well, he didn't need them, but he had the money for Arcanes if that's the reason why he was going up. But with the tier 2 tower now dropping on the bottom lane, NAR, they now, well, they've already had the gold advantage, but everything's going up.
Yeah, they could go for Rosh now, or they could pressure mid. You were asking me earlier, what would it take to get the Roshan like this? 2 pick off, pressure the tower, and start going for it. They actually still feel very, very safe about this Roshan attempt.
Well, I wouldn't want to go for it if I was NAR at this point. I think you're right where they said they need to get map control first. Like,
yeah,
take
the top wave is pushed.
Take those towers down, finish up the top lane, but more importantly, don't give a chance where Liquid can just throw that Batrider up, Firefly around the pit, and then they get the snatch. So NAR do all the hard work for them.
And then they get caught with a black hole in the middle of that. So,
yeah, it's just too much of a risk where they, like, the Aegis isn't worth it. Now Bulba, he's coming in, jumps in, and he found Sneaky. Can he kill him off fast enough though? The Disruptor ulti is there, so Brax can't help him off, but then we will see Sneaking go into ulti, and with the Purge on DK, he can't run himself away. He's getting munched down by that Lycan. Now they move over towards Bulba. They keep that Blink Dagger on cooldown. The Wolves are on his tail, and they'll just keep fighting. The Meg Charge this time will trigger off. But they stick with them. The arrow's going to come up into the choke point. It doesn't connect though. We'll need to get in front of body block to make sure that was going to work.
I'm not sure what the case is, but I feel like they needed Enigma there. Again, Enigma with the mech, with the black hole, definitely would have changed the course of that fight. I feel like maybe communication is breaking down, or
they just went there as 5. The initial plan was the fact that it was a Bulba blink into lasso and then drag him back far. But Bulba never got the drag. That was his primary problem.
They also don't have enough damage, because at this point, Dragon Knight with only Shadow Blade, you're not killing through a Disruption for 2 seconds. Disruption allows NAR to come in with all their zero, and that's kind of what they did. Another tower goes down, so Roshan is essentially free. Demon forced to TP out. Full map controls here as well.
TC did the same thing. The Mirana arrows.
Courier got Demonic Purge.
Has been killed.
Wolves are beating it down on it, and apparently it does damage to Courier. I don't know. I thought that thing was magically immune.
I thought so too, but it actually used Purge on Couriers?
Well, it definitely, apparently, debuffed the burst speed and slows it down. OP.
Hestine, new Courier sniper. Who needs Nature's Prophet anymore? But they still, like, even with the towers down, they're still not looking at Roshan. I don't think this team even needs an Aegis.
They don't.
because it's just keep farming up. Roshan burst money would be nice with the experience, but the Necro units are almost up at level 3 for sneaking. He's 500 gold in, and he's already got the second level book up and running. Like, Fogged is on his way to building a 4-star. He's got a star for Wizardry back in his stash. 1437 actually purchased a full gem. So they're going to send Liquid blind across the map. To the Mirana, Maelstrom is there. And now it's almost going to be a full Mjolnir. The Hyperzone, in fact it is. It's a full Mjolnir, and we're only 19 minutes into the game. With Ring of Aquila and Phase Boots on Korok and Disruption, it's about to come a little bit extra money. Hits Kuiper perfectly. They need some protection though. What they would give to have this gem here right now.
Fortunately, you still need to get the courier onto the item. Courier onto you. That's unfortunate. They're drawing a huge arrow down to the Roshan pit, so they feel like, hey man, we pushed out top, we have sufficiently got...
I think they're looking for TC though.
I mean, if they can pick TC, yeah, they'll want that too.
Look at TC, like he's halfway between all different items right now. It's like, oh, I want BKB. No, I can't get to BKB. I gotta finish the Vlads for the team.
I guess the Ogre Club is just so value, like just getting the 10 strength helps you survive, so it's not too bad. But yeah, he finishes the Vlads. Well, that's pretty important in this game, to counteract against Weave. Yeah, the Roshan attempts happening. And the reason that they decided to do Roshan right now for the NAR is because they have Gem. If you just shut down the map control, imagine if you're Team Liquid, like, Toby, F3 that for me, right?
Yeah. I'm F3ing it.
You're in Team Liquid camp. You see absolutely nothing. They have Moonlight Shadow, right? Like, what do you do? How afraid are you?
This is quote for the bottom lane, man. He's hiding in the shadows. He's afraid of the dark.
So, like, this is why it's so hard to play from behind when the enemy team picks up gem like this. You just lose map control, and it's almost a sense of fear that you just can't play against. You know, if you get picked once, you lose Roshan. You get picked twice, you lose the game.
Well, in they go, man. Level 3 Necro book summoned up. We got one conversion that's going to spoil the party, though. It walks in and sees the fact that Roshan's been done, but it's already in a half-life.
I mean, Lycanthrope is no joke, and he's actually gone for a fairly old school build, like old school in the sense of the book. That's going to be great against that DK for the pushing and for the invisibility, and it's going to be excellent for pushing.
It's even better, the timing of all of this. It's at the same time a catapult creep just arrived, so the creep waves are going to be pushing in really, really hard.
Yep.
But also NAR, did you see they dragged the creep wave down from the middle lane?
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Then they just had the momentum behind them.
Like, cute things like that makes a difference. Fortunately, Necrobook timed out, and it's going to be down for 50 seconds, but I don't really think they need the Necrobook.
They can push high ground without it, man.
You walk in, man.
And when Weave goes off in both Qualifier as well as TC, they know they can push high ground. That tower's already half-life, and they use their fortification. There's a Blink Dagger on the Enigma, and this could be the critical moment right now. Demon, can he actually get the whole of glory? They are backing up.
Yeah,
but then again, are they doing? They might be doing themselves a RoX.KIS, man.
All right, walk it around, man. No, they'll go back up top.
No, they found him. They found Enigma making conversions in the middle lane. They know someone is here.
Yep.
They want to kill. That's all this really is. Like, they've added pressure towards the lane. They know they can go high ground when these Necro units are back up again. If they can get themselves one pick off, that tier 3 tower is 100% gone. Rax possibility.
I mean, when you have a Lycan on team, I say the Rax is also gone. Like, they just have so much damage output. All right, Necrobook back up again. They'll use it immediately. It's going to be a tier 3 push. The big Midnight Pulse. All right, that will slow things down, but I mean, NAR knows the only way they will lose is through a big black hole. And then look at how spread
they just jump in and went on sneaking, but he hooked the ulti off and then over! Life goes, the back came in. It's over on the Enigma. He's got just enough mana for a black hole, but then with the arrow over towards Ursa, they need to jump in right now. Disruption ulti is absolutely perfect. Enigma, he's nowhere to be seen. Right there it is actually. Where is it? No, gem is gone. There's buy-base coming out. Enigma actually ended up dying all the way back at his own base. He must have been hunted by wolves or something. Necrobooks are actually doing it. Dude, the tower goes down. They have to buy back a couple. Liquid. I suppose that was a good fight for them. They didn't lose ranks.
No. Silver linings, I suppose.
I'm looking on the bright side of life, man.
Yeah. I mean, how did that Bat Rider die? Wasn't he last-ling the Lycan?
No, he never got the last two off. Lasso never went. He jumped in, Lycan triggered the ulti form, and he was never able to click the target.
Okay. Well then, that's an issue.
Yes. Maybe that range nerf finally did kick in from Ice Frog.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't right on top of him. The position was basically you had Lycan here and you had Batrider up here. That was the difference in the position between the two.
And he also got demonic purged by the Shadow Demon, so he just got right-clicked on the way out. So it wasn't good.
Yeah. Even if he got the lasso, he wouldn't have gone anywhere. Well, Volva at least got one advantage. They took 1437's gem.
That's actually a pretty big deal. Like, it gives them the map control that they need. But mid lane, if Wei2 gets picked here,
the observer is
run,
there,
man.
So they know exactly where he's going. Jump up, the arrow's well off target. The boys will go, he throws the ulti out, but he's still inside of his own kinetic field. So they can keep up with him. A little bit of damage to be taken, but the mech charge will get triggered. And they jump up, they get DK as well. NAR has got 2 snipe offs. The Necro units are already cast, and the tier 2 tower is going to be attacked up on top. The question is, do they just keep going? Do they say screw it to the tier 1 tower on bottom lane? There's fortification for Radiant side. They could just force this. Push him mid, take the ranks, take the tier 2 tower on top lane, and they'll take a double raxing in this.
I'm just surprised how quickly Liquid has fallen apart. Wei2 should not have used his ultimate, because if you look at his gold, he's got buyback, and he such a low respawn time that he's going to come back alive anyways. Also, why was DK there? He saw his Enigma getting picked off. He should have just Shadow Blade the hell out of there. But he also got caught. Mid racks down, and of course top tier 2 already went down. Snaking's already pushing that. They could lose the game straight up from this way. 20 seconds is a long time.
Yeah, I think that was the pick-off to win, man. Bulb was looking for the opening, but again, this weave has already had its effect. It's gone off on TC and Volva, and these guys have basically no armor. The leap up from Korok is coming to join the battle. Down this top ranks, and Firefly is expended. The Firefly is basically completely gone. The arrow comes out, it won't be able to connect, but the mid ranks is gone, the top ranks is toast, and now they trigger the ulti. TC, look at the life points! He evaporates to the Lycan. Korok got himself lassoed in, but Destruction protected him. This is basically GG. Kuiper's on the front lines. They can glimpse one back, but NAR, they can just turn and try and fight this one. They still have Shallow Grave available. Weaver's coming off cooldown. The Darkseer backs up. He didn't get him inside the wall. And there's your hole! 5 in it! Push him towards the front line. Volva with the flame break. Maybe this is the moment for Team Liquid. Demon, he could have just done something amazing for his team. It's an entire team wipe. Hager's triggered as well. They've got to stay here to fight though. They've got to kill off Sneaking again. He doesn't have his ulti form right now, but now he does. Off cooldown, and Sneaking wants to run away. Dragon Tail stun here from Kuiper. There's a glimpse still available. Sneaking locked inside the wall. They're battling up against their own illusions. That Darkseer wall still having its effect. Sneaking goes in deeper after Bulba. 1 munch, 2 munch. This wolf munching on Bat tonight. And what's he going to go in? He's got 7.4k gold. He's actually buying a full BKB here underneath their own base. He will still die, however. But it is still a full double raxing, and Demon got the perfect haul. I'm not going to say it's keeping Liquid in this, but it definitely at least buys them some time.
I mean, that hole looked really good, but that was also the first team fight Black Hole was in use. Like his Ursa, you know, when he went in and straight up died, that was buying him that hole. Like he, his name TC literally threw his body at NAR and hoped that they focus on him. But
it happened. But the focus was basically just one hero, though. Like Lycan hit him 4 times and he was dead. Yeah. They didn't even need the Mirana to attack him.
This game, I mean, I don't think Liquid will win this, but they definitely have a shot.
Well, it's
more of a shot than they ever had before.
Considering now, like the next fight, they're gonna be battling up against a BKB Lycan with almost a full assault cuirass, as well as having like the Mirana's walking around. Actually spent her money. What'd she buy? It's the start of a butterfly. Yeah. Korok picked up the Eagle song. It's over on the courier at the moment.
And I think NAR is just not phased at this. What they're getting out of that situation is they're saying, hey, you have no black hole.
Oh, quite far. There's no
Quite just so
no detection. There's TP coming in.
He's going in.
The TP coming in. Fog, he blinks himself up the purge, back into the wall. And this time, Demon's going to go down. They had no hold for this fight. They came out to try and get a pick-off, but they're going to lose 2 heroes. And they'll probably lose it back to the event. They just call it. They call it straight away. They knew at least they got themselves one good fight up at the top lane. The moral victory is all that was really gained from that. But that is a full GG. Triple kill for Sneaking to wrap up the matchup. He ends with a 9-1-6 over on that Lycan. 0 for 5 Ursa TC.
What was his GPM? I know he...
bring it up right now. There it is. 709 gold per minute.
All right, pretty legit.
Not too shabby.